What's happening?
Hi, this is Addison Love, and this is What's Happening. This year, APA is doing more big shows than ever, with a number of our shows becoming what we call main stage shows. We started a few weeks ago with the very successful and fun dinner theater production of Black Comedy. This intimate show found the audience immersed in the set, with catered dinner, mocktails, and raffles to help raise money for the theater department. Coming up, though, is Monty Python's Spamalot, the hit Broadway adaptation of their 70s classic film, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. We talked to some of the cast about the show.
Well, Spamalot itself, when it first came out, I saw in New York on Broadway and was just blown away because of the humor. And I've always been a Monty Python fan and seen everything, of course. Monty Python has some hilarious humor in everything they do. It's a bit edgy, and they like to push the envelope on things, and because of it, it's really funny.
Spamalot opened on Broadway in 2004, starring big names such as Tim Curry, Sarah Ramirez, Christopher Saber, David Hyde Pierce, and Christian Borle.
King Arthur, he's a king, and he tries to be a king. He tries to be very hoity-toity, very fancy, very uppity, but unfortunately, he's kind of a flake.
So the Lady of the Lake is this woman who gives Arthur the sword Excalibur, and that makes him king. She's just this big, over-the-top diva, and it's such a blast to play, and I'm so excited.
So the part I'm playing is Patsy. He's basically King Arthur's squire, and he's responsible for making sure King Arthur gets what he wants and knows what he's saying. Throughout the whole show, I bang two coconuts together to represent the hooves of a horse, or like a horse riding. So King Arthur doesn't actually have a horse, but I kind of act as his horse.
Well, in our production, we are having a Lady of the Lake, and she has Ladies of the Lake with her. Whenever she's singing, she's backed up by this big group. It kind of makes her even more like a star that you would see with a big backup group behind her.
If you are a fan of Monty Python, you'll definitely appreciate Spamalot. With many classic jokes, Spamalot does justice to memorable scenes and skits while introducing new material and musical numbers that are just as hilarious.
Are you suggesting coconuts Marbury? Not at all. They could be carried.
Spamalot is coming up on October 18th through 20th and 25th through 27th, Fridays and Saturdays at 7:30 with Sunday matinees at 2 in the afternoon. Tickets are available online at www.hbapa.org, and there's even a new student ticket coupon that can get you in for $5. Coupons can be found in the APA office, the HBHS reception desk, and from APA Student Council members. Also coming up on October 19th is the Experience APA Open House, a chance for those curious about APA to come see what we're all about. There'll be master classes, information sessions, campus tours, and special performances. Registration is currently open on our website, where you can choose what showcases you'd like to attend. Space is limited though, so get on it. Shortly after that, on November 7th and 8th, is the much-awaited Beatles Classic Album Series show. This year featuring only one album, the 1968 eponymous double album, more commonly known as the White Album. We're doing all 4 sides, and rehearsals are sounding fantastic. Here's more.
We're doing the White Album for the Beatles Show this year, and it's a really fun and interesting album because the Beatles actually never performed it live, so we've been working to get all the little parts of it perfect without having anything to go off of.
I'm a senior. This will be my last year, 4th year in MMET. I play guitar, typically. This show I'm on Helter Skelter, Savoy Truffle, and Cry Baby Cry. So yeah, it's pretty bittersweet. This is my first last thing, you know what I mean? So this time, I feel like it'll hit me more the next 2 shows, but this time, yeah, it's kind of bumming me out a little bit.
I'm the student producer of the show, so I've been at all the rehearsals and just making sure everything's going smoothly, and I'm playing bass on some of the songs earlier in the show.
We actually did this album when I was a freshman here in this program, so it's really fun for me to see it as the program has grown and developed. And now, years later, I get to see this from a teacher's perspective rather than a student's perspective. So it's kind of fun for me to see it now as differently as the program is now rather than back then.
The show is the annual fundraiser for MMET, and there will be lots of great raffle and silent auction items, including autographed sports memorabilia and even a guitar signed by the Beach Boys. Are you listening, Santa? If anyone out there has any items they'd like to donate for the raffles, MMET is still in need of some cool stuff to put in their baskets. Please contact the app office if you think you can help. Oh, I almost forgot. The MMET freshmen and sophomores and new instrumentalists are starting off the night with a special performance of Linda Ronstadt's greatest hits. So come to the Beatles Show and see 2 shows for the price of 1, with every penny going to repair and replace equipment for students. In other MMET news, the students have recently launched a year-long series of Sunday concerts at a local nightclub.
This is not really a school-sponsored event. They're doing this on their own. It's almost like they've graduated high school and now they're real professional musicians. So they have to plan their show, they have to plan all the logistics of how to get their equipment there and how to get people to come to their show, and it's totally student-driven. Being a weekly event where it's almost like an open mic to where it'll feature students as well as professional musicians, parents, just the community. And the official title is called Schooner on Sunday. It's actually at a place in Sunset Beach called Schooner at Sunset.
The first show was jam-packed and featured 3 different student groups. There are over 9 different bands in rotation made up of current MMET students, in addition to original bands made up of APA alumni, parents, friends, and staff that will be putting together these shows at local venues all year long. Wow. With so much going on in the APA universe right now, I'm sure we'll be seeing you again soon. I've got to get back to practice.